What's up, everybody? Hope everybody woke up in good health, having a blessed day. This is the Good Conversation Show. I'm your host, Callie Pitts. We're going to talk about sibling dynamic and family dysfunctions today. That's what I'm on, sibling dynamics and family dysfunctions. I'm going to speak off experience in my family and not my immediate family. I'm talking about like your cousins and your aunties and your uncles, the extended family dynamics and things. Um, we grew up tight knit with like in my household, me, my brothers and sisters, we were looked at as the loser family. We was looked at as, my mama was struggling. She had 7 kids. Uh, Even when my mama struggled, though, she made it look good. And I'm going to say that. Salute to my mama. Um, but yeah, our family used to look down on us. They used to feel we were less because we didn't have a father. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about cousins and shit. And what's funny is that certain cousins expressed this feeling not too long ago in the present. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, how do shit like that still be competition? Because that's what I'm going to call it, competition for people who need to feel or who have the need to feel better than their relatives. And like with me, I've never done nothing physically. I've never stole nothing financially. I've never did nothing to the relatives I have that has a dysfunction for me. You know? So I just be like, damn, how do people create narratives in their head because of their dysfunction for you? But the narrative they create because they don't like you, they share it with people and try to have people have an outlook of you in that perspective because that's how they feel about you. And I was talking to my brother earlier and we was discussing this, like, he was like, he don't give a fuck, excuse my language, he don't care and I shouldn't care and I don't care. It's just a itching intrigue to know or to have the question be asked to the person, well, what did he do to you? Or what did she do to you? What did the person do to you that makes you feel this way about them? And I would like to know the answer. Because the way I grew up not caring about how people felt um, about me. You know what I mean? Like that was never something I cared about growing up. And now, as you get older, it's not the fact that you care about it. You just would like to know what causes a person to speak lies on your name, to blame you for shortcomings in their own life. Even when they going through something in their life, they use you to deflect a true problem. It's just ununderstandable. Um, People make decisions in life what they gonna do. You have to stand on that shit because the decision you make, some things might come out of that. You know what I mean? And they could be good, they could be bad. But the point is, you open it up for things to come out of it. And you gotta accept what then represent or you feel, but it should have a solid basis. It should come from something. It should have something tangible to say, this is why, and they caused it. Not what you think happened, not what you assume caused it, but the actual reason why you have an ill will towards someone. I think that's important. And it's an itching intrigue for me. I don't know how other people feel. I don't know. Like I said, it's not about whether uh, you care, you know what I'm saying, to the point of it affects your life, it stop you from doing something, it stop you from being motivated or whatever the case. But the fact that you only just speak in perspective of we grown, we probably had some lack of understandings. You know what I'm saying? Lack of understandings don't mean we have beef, especially when you grow up to understand that your lack of understanding with somebody don't mean y'all hate each other, don't mean y'all beefing with each other. It's growth. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your growth, bro. And I'm just saying there's no growth with a lot of people. And then what's so funny, most of the people got a problem with me older than me. So I'll be like, what is the goddamn issue? You know what I'm saying? What's the issue? How do older people look at what the younger person do in a family and get emotionally disturbed by it? That I find intriguing. And I guess as I get older, more things like that intrigue me because I'm unbothered. I'm on my Amorion over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm unbothered, but I like to have knowledge. I like to search into the unanswered questions of life. You know what I mean? So things like that intrigue me to be able to hear the truth from the person or the people who have these lifelong grudges with people who done nothing to them. And that's what I'm talking about today. I hope everyone is having a good morning. Again, depending on where you at, it could be the afternoon, it could be the evening. But this is the Good Conversation Show. You can always find us on YouTube, on Hood Pass TV Pod Shows. That's Hood Pass TV Pod Shows. Don't let the title scare you. You know what I mean? Come on in and find out what we talking about. That's where the Good Conversation Show is located, on YouTube at Hood Pass TV Pod Shows. We also are here on Podbean. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere under the Good Conversation Show. So, yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing the people who run across this and check us out on Podbean. But yeah, while we doing this, reiterate the title. We're talking about sibling dynamics, family dysfunction. And my topic was having relatives who look down on you when you was kids. Like, and as you grow up, you get that. Yeah, we was the dirty shoe side of the family. You know what I'm saying? We was the no father having side of the family. I get that. No bikes for Christmas. Yeah, I get that. You a kid, so you kind of like as an adult, I forgive them for being kids. You know what I'm saying? Bragging and bagging on my side of the family, on me and my siblings, because we was the have-nots. I get it. But when you get older and this same type of personality and this same type of dysfunction is still stirred up by them same relatives. You know what I'm saying? And you could go through your day. And I'm glad I have my podcast to be able to just speak freely and let this shit out to people who don't know these people I'm discussing, because I don't have to say names. But the perspective of it is very much therapeutic to discuss. You know what I'm saying? because I go about my day every day, and I have for years, not caring about things people probably think I care about. But no, I'm cool. So I don't have to tell you, I don't care for you. I don't like you. I can be cordial. Like if we got the same group of friends, and this is the thing about me, I don't go around nobody. People come around me. So for the people who dislike me, it's funny because they always came around me. I never went around them. How do you get up every morning, put your shoes, well, hopefully you wash your backside first, brush your grill, but how do you get up every morning, get dressed, talk to your friends, and then y'all end up around a person y'all hate? This is where y'all hanging. And I don't give nobody nothing extra. I'm just a real dude. I just do me. I stay in my place. I ain't here to beef with nobody. Never have. I stand my ground. People try to be disrespectful, I stand on that. I'm nothing more than just a regular brother. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to it. And then when people have other thoughts about you or seeing other sides of you, if those be provoked, a lot of time a person can be provoked to show you a side that you might not like of them. So, that's just where I'm at with that. But yeah, like if I could really tell people who got a problem with me, because honestly, if you got a problem with me, I'm unaware. I'm unaware. And I'm not unaware because I'm an asshole and I just don't care about what nobody feel. I'm unaware because I know there's nothing I did to you. I know this for a fact. That's not who I am. There's nothing I did to you directly to where I said there's nothing. That's not who I am. 9 times out of 10, people don't like how I conduct myself with myself for myself. I understand I have a responsibility to myself and to love myself when other people don't. See, I understand my cousins and friends and even your immediate family, they don't have to love you, but you have to love you. So when people disrespect you, talk down on you, share your ups and downs with people you don't know, you have to be in a place where you can be like, all right, I'm not going to hurt this person. So that means I got to find a way to where I'm okay with how they feel about me, because how I feel about me is more important. And those are the things that people don't understand. Like, because you don't know me, you don't be around me. I don't go around, like, again, I don't go around my cousins. I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's not because I'm salty about how they used to be growing up. I'm the youngest in my family, so that it's just basically I have no group of cousins that I grew up with. You understand? Like the last group was my older brother's group. They're a few years older than me. And that's that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't care about shit. I'm not connected to shit. I'm not emotionally attached to nobody because I had nobody. I had myself. You know what I mean? I have my books. Straight up. I have my hobbies. I like to cook. I like, you know what I'm saying? And even in the street, when I did my thing, I had my friends. I had my group of niggas. It wasn't my brother's group of niggas. It wasn't. I wasn't looking to, having to be in the hood with it. I know what I represented. I know what I respected. I know what I stood on. But I still ran with my group of friends. Can't nobody tell you nothing about me because I give people nothing to tell. I learned early. Doing missions and things like that is what we call trying to be hard and make other people be proud of us in these kind of ways. It's crazy, but I learned early on doing missions how you don't know a person until you in the middle of what the hell going on. or what's about to go on, or you know what I'm saying? And then you find out this person ain't who they say in the conversations of talking tough. And I've done a lot of things having to stand on that and handle your weight because, oh, you just flaked on me. You know what I'm saying? And I've had these same dudes because I'm not talkative, and I know the rules. I have these same dudes run their mouth and tell the stories as if I was them and they were me. And the funny part about this, right? Because I am reserved, because I don't do the talking in public, because I don't try to let people know about the things like that, people believe the loudmouth dude who always got to be tough because he was with the toughs. Not because he was tough, because he was with the toughs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing to me. Like, I can tell stories and I could say things and make people see that whatever, and we could combat. And I'm the type of person in the debative conversation. Oh, I'm good for that if we finna try to get to some points. But if this is just about trying to say, oh, you did this, you did this, you did that, and I gotta be like, nigga, no, you didn't, cause did this, and then I gotta bring this other person in to contribute to me being truthful and saying this. Is like you dragging too many people at an age where none of this shit should mean nothing to us. The fact that we not in the prison system, not in the grave, not walking around with colostomy bags, not, you know what I'm saying, riddled with bullet. Well, most of it, because the homies been shot up, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, you know what I mean, what they feel as being lucky, you know what I'm saying. But I know the fact that I'm not in prison, not in the graveyard, not riddled with bullets, still able to have my limbs and my senses, you know what I'm saying. Um, I'm blessed. So to be able to argue with people about what we did that made us tough then don't matter now, because I'm not gonna do that shit now to be tough now, because brothers are still doing the same thing to represent their toughness, to prove how they tough. So I don't give a shit about the past and what we did or what was supposed to be done to prove a nigga G or prove how real, man. I don't care about that. You go talk that discussion. It's somebody that care. You could go find another brother our age that care to have that conversation with you. I don't. And if we do have that conversation, what we talking about? Are we getting a solution out of it? Or are we just gonna be talking to show that we're, about that life? We have been about that life, because that's still trying to please people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's, necessary. But it's growth. And I'm not saying I got all this knowledge way before today. You know what I mean? This shit is just compiled over times, and just trying to apply the right things to your life, because we don't know sometimes when we get information, we don't know how important that information will be to our life until we keep experiencing life. And then that information that you got, you can apply it, and you like, whoa, like, damn, like, and if you're respectable and you still can, you call that person or you reach out to that person and you let them know, man, I'm telling you, it helps so much. I didn't understand when I was there, but now that I'm here, I'm using that information you gave me, and it's helping so much. Because that's what it's about. We can't tell the future, and we don't know how valuable information is until it's needed. So we can't knock what other people are dealing with, what other people are going through. No, that's my understanding. So even with my enemy, or even with the person who believes I'm their enemy, I have to have understanding for them, because they don't have the understanding in this situation. They choose to have us be enemies. You know what I'm saying? A person will be your enemy and say, y'all are enemies. That's a thing. A person can be your enemy, but tell the world that y'all are enemies and you can have no ill intent for them. And the only thing your comment and your intent will be defense of yourself, because a person is trying to tell you this is what y'all going through, that y'all enemies, and this is why y'all enemies. And you could tell a person like, bro, you delusional, because that I ain't do that, or I ain't say that, or I don't feel like that. And only if they accept it for the growth, then you can move past. But people are not open or awoke enough to accept a person's truth for the growth. They looking at your truth as a way to get around them not telling you truly how they feel. That's what's going on. See, people will not tell you truly how they feel. And then if you give them your truth of the growth, they don't want to accept it because they not getting satisfied. They want to tell you, I don't like you, and this and this and this. They want to be able to say these things to you. But if you done had growth in your life to forgive them for creating the problem y'all have, then their power is gone. So now they're even more mad at you because they can't talk about you to people, because people can be like, nah, that ain't him, or that ain't her. No, that ain't the person I know now. No, and they will get upset at you because that you're trying to use how you feel about these people to paint pictures of them that they no longer stand in that light, even if they did at one point. So it's like you got to be very aware of people's intentions. And that's why it's intriguing to me to want to know or hear a person say exactly what did that person do to you? What did that person do to you? You know what I mean? Tell me what's valued to you enough to constantly have an issue with this person. I think that's a fair question to ask. We all should be able to ask people who so-called are family members or so-called are loved ones who produce dysfunctions and ripples. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell a person, which should be easy, to tell a person who's supposed to love you, you hurt my feelings or you hurt me. I don't understand why that's so backwards and hard to do. And this thing, and it's hard because the person you tell, we worried about their reaction, whether it's going to make us worse off because you're telling them to fix it. You tell a person things of how you feel to fix it, but depending on how the person react to it, man, anything can happen. And that's why people be scared to even say how they feel to people or to try to explain to people to make the relationship better, that this how I feel, this how you made me feel. Because they really love you and they afraid to lose the relationship, because the way people respond to things don't always coincide to what people are trying to say to them. Especially where we in these urban communities, because we're not taught to use our feelings like that. You know what I mean? We're taught to suppress our feelings. So when it's time to discuss things that take feelings, it's most of the times not handled, because we suppress the things that cause us to have them conversations. And for the people that's tapping in, I appreciate y'all. Y'all welcome to join the live chat if you're available. You're welcome to call in. Let's talk about it. But yeah, and this is just my perspective. I'm not here to hurt no one or disrespect no one or even make the family members that will probably hear this feel like I'm talking about them. No, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about the understanding of why people I've never did nothing to have a problem with me. And again, it's nothing. It's just therapeutic of conversation. And I'm not even looking for them to tell it. I'm having this conversation with the people out there. Maybe y'all that went through this with y'all family members, and you be like, it's just advice. You know what I'm saying? Advice from the advisor type of shit. Like, I mean, advice for the advisor, because that's what I do. I just get up here and advise people to make better decisions so they can live a better life. It ain't about making better decisions so you can walk on eggshells amongst other people. It's make the decision so you can live a better life, so you can live a healthier life, so you can remain focused and non um and not be a hindrance or a burden to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Understand that maybe relationships are meant to separate and not always stick together, and that's cool too. But you don't have to burden be burdened with hate. Like, you don't have to take the hate of whatever made y'all have to walk separate ways with you. Because people say they believe in the Lord, and I don't like to go there because I'm not super spiritual. I just know about a lot of things, and I can discuss situations with people and not be biased to it and not try to have to push my narrative. But a lot of these people be super like saying they into the Lord, but don't have the understanding of the forgiveness, and they have the blasphemy of the judgment. And I don't understand that. Like, how can you not have forgiveness? How can you have blasphemy of the judgment, but still feel that you're right? There's no room in some people for other people's growth. There's no room in some people for forgiveness, yet they want to be understood. I'm finding that, you know, hard to make sense of. It don't make sense, you know, that people stand in that position. You know, people stand in that position of pointing a finger but can't be judged. And then if you are even combated, I had a family member tell me one time, for not agreeing with them, that I like to argue because I didn't agree with them. I said, no, I don't like to argue, but I am up for the discussion because I don't understand that. How not agreeing with you makes me conducive to arguing. You have to be a narcissistic person to tell someone you're not agreeing with me, you like to argue. That's very narcissistic, because basically, in order to have a discussion with you, I have to agree with you. Don't that sound narcissistic to y'all? But again, I'm not here to judge nobody. I will point out the rights and the wrongs. I think everything have a right and a wrong. Nowadays, everybody had their opinion. It ain't how I feel. It doesn't how I feel. And one of my buddies said, if a person believes something, then it's true to them. And that's where we at in this day and age, to where we are ignoring the right and the wrong. And long as you feel that way, that make it right. And that ain't right. And that ain't right. Like, but I'm witnessing that more and more. Like he said, if it's true to them, it's true, no matter if it's right or wrong. And that's the society we live in, because people will cut you out for not accepting they bullshit, right? Because there's so many people in the world. Like, we have this internet, just like now. If someone I know feel any type of way that's hearing this, they hate everybody that's listening or probably would respond and say anything because they feel like y'all agree with me, because they're taking what I'm saying as in defense instead of um in understanding. I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm saying it as a person who could be talked to, who could be conversated with. But I'm not going to conversate with someone who I have to agree with you to have the conversation. You feel me? Those are arguments that kill marriages, because a person want to be agreed with so much that we can't even have a conversation if you don't agree with me. No, we're not going to do that, because to have the conversation, both sides' opinion need to be accepted, respected, understood, and even uh, 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 mutually disagreed upon. Mutually, that we don't agree. So we're going to walk away from this so we can keep our sanity and our real relationship together, and not make it based off of this conversation in this moment that ain't lasting longer than we knew each other. See, and that be the thing. You can have 40 years with a person, and one moment will make them jump on you. And I don't mean jump on you like beat you, mean just jump ship, stop being your friend, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if, and it's another side to that too, because I'm gonna say I've been through it, I'm going through it. So it's another side too when people do stop being your friend. It's a level where you have to look, and that's what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of this conversation. When a person has something to say about me, I go inward and I start thinking of my interactions with these people. And I think about in all my interactions, what have I ever done? So I'm looking to take accountability for whatever we might be going through. But if I can't find it, if me just doing what I have to do is what a person is mad at, then I can't do nothing about that. But if I find a point to where I did it, and I did it on purpose, but even if I didn't do it on purpose, I still feel I could give you a conversation and explain my position. But if there's nothing I did and there's nothing I did on purpose, what are we talking about? The other person would need to go in and look inward and see what they're mad at with me, to be able to tell where it stems from. And they have to be honest. You can't make up something that's gonna have us arguing. Me saying, nigga, you lying and I ain't do that, or girl, you lying and I ain't do that. Like, it gotta be honesty, because honesty is to fix the situation. Anything else we could do without even discussing this. Let's just beef. Let's just get into that. But see, with me, people know how it's gonna end. I'm not gonna care about the things you're gonna care about. Our beef it's gonna be like that. And I'm popping up where you at. It's gonna be like that. And I ain't popping up to be fair in a fight. No. Because I'm so far removed from that shit. If I gotta get to the business, I'm getting to the business. No more conversation. I done all that. Like, if I'm at that point, I've done all that. I'm a person who looks to deflate the issue today more than ignite the flame, no matter what it's about. So I put it in the universe that a person could come and we could find a mutual ground where we don't gotta violently abuse each other, where we don't have to try to discredit each other, platforms or music or whatever we doing. We could just simply say, you know what, my dude, I don't like you. And I'm like, you know what, I really don't like you like that neither. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But we don't gotta get into the whys. We could just say it, and that way we can stay out each other's way. And if we have past, like, nigga, it's just, we don't even got to say what's up. It's a cordial space of knowing where we stand. It's no hate. I just don't, you know, your type of person ain't my taste. And that's some respectable positioning right there. But you know what I'm saying? I just try to stand on things like that. But we all know how that go when you know what I'm saying, stand on the thing that some people choose not to. A lot of people be afraid to have these discussions. I'm not. My brother told me one thing, and it was a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Um, he told me I don't be afraid to jump out there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. Like, why should I? Why should I be afraid to jump out there? What's up, bro? You can tap in if you want. It's a radio show. You can call in. You know what I'm saying? We can chop it up. But we talking about family dynamics, family dysfunctions, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel no need to have to disrupt someone's position in life or try to hurt someone because I know what it is now. You know what I mean? I know where that feeling, when I had it as a youth, I know where it come from now. I know why it was programmed into my psyche. And the thing is, we be saying we know so much, but yet we try to take back none of the control. If we know we've been programmed, okay, we know we've been brainwashed, let's reprogram. If we know blacks killing blacks is systematic, okay, let's get off that system. It's like you gotta start being responsible for what you claim you know. You gotta start being responsible for what you do learn and applying it to change who you are, to see the difference in shit. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't keep being the same young pride. If I'm the same young pride, we not having this conversation. You feel me? If I'm the same young pride, I'm not giving you a chance to even to befriend me. I didn't grow up with you. I didn't thug it out with you. I ain't messing with you. But see, life ain't like that. And to be able to be on a second life, like, and a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of street dudes is on a second life when they trying to figure this out and give something back instead of take away. Second life shit. Grateful, truly grateful. Been humbled. We've been humbled to understand, like, bro, you got bamboozled, you got tricked. Don't keep making everybody else be responsible and be dealing with your dysfunction because you got tricked. No, stop letting them trick you. Jump out of being trick mode and start, fighting back for yourself, for your own identity. And it's bad enough. We have to deal with these systematic situations to where inside our own families, we are dealing with that. It's hard to overcome. Every time you jump a fence, you got to jump a fence. It's hard to overcome. And I just think, like, the last thing a person need is for family members to create problems y'all have that has no merit. It have no root of where it came from, besides you silently just don't like your cousin or your auntie or your uncle, just whatever, anyone. But people create the problem, and they spread that problem because it's in their head. And again, like, if you just tapping in with me, I would like to see people have to stand on things like that. Like, the people who got a problem with me, I need them in my face. I need them. I would not need them. Let me take that back. I don't need them in my face. I would like to see them in my face and them tell and say what they say to other people with me right in the presence. Because I will say what I say to other people right in their presence. There's nothing I say that's trying to take away from them. When things come up after years of me not even when things come up after years of me not even hearing or being around these people, I I have damn near anxiety because I'm wondering, dude, I don't even think about you. And it makes me sound like a bad person to even, but no, I'm just trying to prove the fact that, bro, how are you saying I got I don't even think about you. And we're family, it's sad. But I don't think about you when I'm waking up doing whatever I'm doing. I'm getting to what I'm getting to. Dude, I have kids, I have grandkids, I have a wife, I have bills. Man, you people be so far down the list on what you wake up thinking about, but it's sad that they wake up thinking that they first on your list. It's hilarious, and it causes problems that shouldn't even exist. Like that is so crazy. And I see you, bro. Our Focus Media, man. Like it just don't make no sense. Like how many things that I'm trying to get to in a day to where a person, unless I'm in business with them, unless like we get up every day and we trying to do something to further our things in each other. How you tap into my views and my lives and your comment, I do the same, bro. That's when I think about you. You know what I'm saying? If you in my everyday life, that's when I think about you. And what's crazy is we find people on social media that tap into our everyday life, but people who live in the same house with us don't even do that. So I'm tired of people trying to paint narratives of people so other people can have a perspective of them. Man, just leave it alone. Just do what you doing. You know what I mean? Just do what you doing. Don't worry about what he doing, she doing. Because it don't help nothing. You just cause dysfunction. You bring in other people. Like I say, I never try to talk about no one by using names. I talk about situations that involved me. And then I talk about the situation without using nobody's names because I'm looking for understanding. Because to prove your point, a lot of times you have to call on other people, especially when you're talking about past shit. You have to bring other people into the fold, and now it get bigger. That's why situations on the internet, when you see somebody come out discussing something, next thing you know, the 15 people names they put up in that interview, they getting interviewed. You dragging people in to have to defend their position, to have to defend their friendship with you. It's like it's just a mess. And I choose not to deal with that. I choose to stand on me being in front of you. We don't have to be on a camera, none of that shit. And we can knock it out. But people ain't gonna be able to say that, bro. I know. I know. People can't tell what they tell other people about me in my face. I know they can't. Because they'll be lying. And that's funny to me. But you know, when you a certain type of a person, like believe it or not, you give people a wall to build around you because you not the type of person to care what people think. Half the shit you hear you don't address. You know what I'm saying? Since you're not the type of person that care what people think or say, you giving people passes that don't deserve passes. People talk about you. All right, it's this rap cat that used to hang around, and nigga knew him for a long time. Really thought he was a true friend. I really did. You know what I'm saying? I treated him as a true friend. Wanted to borrow money, want the money. I'm hustling, nigga need herb, whatever. Nigga got that. No matter what it was. You know what I'm saying? I was his friend. Because these things I never got from him. Never borrowed money, never did none of that kind of shit. That ain't who I am. I don't do that with nobody but my family, but people who I know. I'm one of them people. I'm not asking you nothing. But Cat used to just talk bad, and we used to hear about it all the time, all the time. Everybody like, and I used to be like, damn, like, dude really must think niggas is on some sucker time because he telling this to people who we know in the same. Like, so it just got to a point one day, like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna go into why it got to a point, but it got to a point where I was just cool. I don't need to beef with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just give up. I give up on being a real cat to niggas who ain't real. And giving up ain't saying I'm putting hate out in the world. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. Give up mean I'm just gonna separate myself. I'm not gonna talk bad about you. I'm not gonna spread your name out there. Even when I see you, I don't got no gun pointed at you or nothing. I don't even gotta say what's up to you. That's that. I mean, that's literally who I am and where I'm at. I'm not, cause when you go somewhere, if I go somewhere and I see another rapper, 9 times I'm at somebody else's function. So I ain't finna turn this into old West Coast. I'm not finna damage somebody else's business hustle. It's so much levels that we gotta get to in ourselves because these things are provoked by, they say anger is allowing somebody else to have control of your feelings. And that's the truth. And that's the truth because you're only angry. Anger is a reaction to what someone else did or someone else said. That's the only time you get angry. Someone else did something, someone else said something. True anger. So it's the reaction that gives people control of how you feel. I don't have it in me no more for that. Like I don't understand. I don't have it in me no more for that. And I don't have it in me to associate with them kind of people. Not saying you're bad people, just not good for me. I watch people do me bad without a question of is he okay? Pretty much my whole career. Because I always thought, just keep doing your work. The hard work pay off. Always thought, nigga, just don't trip. Stay in your space. You gonna shine through. But you don't see this game will bury you. You know what I'm saying? And it'll make you very angry and upset and judge and judge what's the word? You will become one of these people I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Viewing everything by your perspective. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that. Everything ain't always to be viewed only by our perspective. We say that's simple, but some just don't get it. Gotta play life accordingly. Man, ain't that the truth? You know, ain't that the truth? But you know, people don't. Most people, let me say, most people don't do right by people. Most people don't do right by people. Most people don't do right by theyself. So it's hard for them to see, you know, the best for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, but it's true. Um, yeah, man. I just really want to get up here and chop it up about that. Like I said, talk to people who don't know who I'm talking about. I gave y'all no names. Anybody can speculate, and I think it's crazy to speculate because I know so many people. Ain't no telling who I'm talking about. I have such a big family. Ain't no telling who I'm talking about. So please, no person take this and run with it and put yourself in perspective. And if you are family and you feel yourself in that perspective, bang my line and we could chop that up. You know what I'm saying? And if you my family that feel I would have to be saying something about you and you don't got my number, you should really get that out your head. That means we don't even fuck with each other. Why would I even think about you? You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. Man, I'm gonna make this make sense for me with no harm to no one. Man, shit. Me neither, bruh. Me neither, bruh. And again, if you are involved in anything, you have the right to talk about it. Especially if you only discussing the things that come from your perspective. Only things that affected you, inflicted you. You have a right to talk about it. People are like, hey, you talking about my business? No, I'm not talking about your business, fool. I'm talking about me being in this business and I ain't want nothing to do with it. I'm talking about somebody saying I got a problem with them and I never did. You know what I'm saying? So people even saying, well, your business, man, look, if I'm involved in it, it's mine too. And I'm going to talk about whatever the hell I got to talk about for me. And then talking about that, you going to understand, brother, sister, auntie, uncle. I ain't giving a shit about whatever you talking about. We can have a good relationship or we can have no relationship. That's where I'm at with it. And that's with anyone. But our relationship ain't gonna be dictated off only what you would like to discuss, only but what you would like to talk about. If I don't agree with you, we can't talk about that. That's not a relationship. And it's definitely not an equal relationship. So I will bypass those relationships because I'm trying to get to something greater. I'm waking up with so many other things, like I said, like I know our focus media do. Wake up with so many important things in line. It's like I wake up with 10 things before I even get to my business. I wake up with 10 things that's more important than anybody else. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a mama, I got a wife, I got kids, I got grandkids. So it's 10 things I'm waking up. Boom. That's more important. And then that's why I'm hustling for them 10 things. And then when I start hustling, I understand it's more than 10 things because I care about shit. I care about people. I care about every business connect I try to get. I care about every person that support me. I literally care about that shit because you're nothing without. Don't no one need to hear me say nothing. There's a lot of people online saying shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't saying nothing without heart in it, I know I'm not listening to you. So I know it's a lot of other people like me who want to be involved in things that are heartfelt, things that are true, things that ain't here to downgrade nobody, to try to make themselves feel bigger than anyone else, because that's not what we hear. That's not what we do here at the Good Conversation Show. The Good Conversation Show is for answers. We looking for answers, man, to all these things that plague us. We looking for answers to all these things that bother us. We looking for like-minded people to share moments with. They share their moment. That's what we looking for at the Good Conversation Show. I don't need your clout. I don't want your clout. Reverse. Reverse. Let me put that into perspective. I do want your clout, respectively, right? But I don't want just anyone's clout. Let me say that. If you are focused media, hell yeah, I want the people you vibe with to come and vibe with me because you good people and you looking for good people. You understand? But I don't want shoot 'em up, bang bang clout, because we ain't dealing with the same people. And that's what I understand. You got to deal with your people, and you can't down the people you ain't dealing with. You got to let them be them, because it's somebody that's there for them. That's searching for them to try to change their path. So you got to understand where you at, be in that lane, and let everything else that ain't you run by you. You pay attention to it. Don't try to jump into that shit. It ain't for you. You know? And that's how I feel about this. I'm not jumping in and clout chasing, promoting rap and it's the thing. I'm gonna let artists, when they come on my show, y'all will hear artists tell you who they are, where they come from. You might hear a song because this is them needing to promote themselves. But once I get past that first 5 minutes, that interlude of that, oh, we chopping. We chopping it up. We talking. You know what I'm saying? We talking, because it can't just be, I want people to hear my music. That's all I want them to know. That's not what my show is. So if you're gonna come on my show, you know what's up. We finna talk about it. I'm finna ask you some things that people probably haven't asked you in your life about yourself. And I want the real answers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to get the real answers. And I don't want, you know what I'm saying? And if we can't get them, I'm gonna let you know, okay, bro, whoop, and we can go and you can go. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't helping the show. You ain't helping nobody learn nothing. You just want people to know you, but you don't want to help them learn something. And I don't think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Because it just looked too good. Everything looked too shiny. Everything looked too glorified. It all can't be good. So in the midst of getting it, I know it's a lot of things people go through. Tell us about them bad moments, bro. Tell us about those moments, so when people who gonna go for it regardless can have something to be aware of when they see it, when they see the first trickle. That's what we need exposed. We don't need the good moments exposed. We get enough of that. We get enough of the jewelry, the cars, the big booties, the BBLs and all that. We get enough of that. But tell us the in-betweens, so when the next person walk to that, you know what I'm saying? And the first glimpse of it, you like, I could, nope, this is what Whoopty Whoop said. I'm out of here. You know how it turned out because you heard the bads. You heard the bads. We know what the goods is. We know what the good bring. But when you can get the bad parts and have that part of your repertoire of knowledge, then some of us might, you know, get by a lot of this bullshit. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. And that's real talk. You know what I mean? But my time is almost up and out, y'all. I did an hour show today. Again, if you come by this show, remember we're on YouTube at Hood Pass TV Pod Shows. Hood Pass TV Pod Shows. Don't let the name scare you. Just giving it to you from a real perspective. And it's for everybody. We talk about everything, politics, children, homeless, whatever you talking about, we talking about. So bring your conversation to the neighborhood. We'd love to have you come join us over there. Share the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you can know when we on live on YouTube as well. It's video, so you can see us and we can chop it up. It's a different angle from here. But remember, also subscribe here, hit the notification. I will be here every day, if not every other day, chopping it up with y'all, man. I love it over here at Podbean. Y'all stay safe. We gonna do the same. And again, it's your host, Cali Pitts. I have a co-host, Compton DJ. Y'all come over there on YouTube. Y'all gonna see a lot more happen with us. But again, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I appreciate the conversation. Our Focus Media, bro, you 100. I see you wherever I'm at, and I love that. And you know what I'm saying?